What is up, guys? It is Jack, back up in this bitch retaining its fitness. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And today's video, we're talking about copyright abuse in YouTube fitness again. We're talking about Jason Blaha this time. This is something that I cannot let slip. It's something that I've criticized other YouTubers for doing in the past, and it's something I'm very passionate about as someone who's interested in YouTube and particularly YouTube fitness, as I believe so should everyone else be who is interested in that, because abuse of the copyright system essentially leads to censorship. Okay, and why that's so important for YouTube as a whole, but YouTube fitness mostly, is because YouTube fitness is all about information, okay, arriving at the best conclusion about what works. So the best way to do that, we know, by looking to the most intelligent people in our society, okay, the people who are scientists, PhDs and such like, is you have two competing ideas and you argue, okay, you criticize each other. You compete with different information until you arrive at the best conclusion about what actually works. So, through censorship and being able to essentially shut up anyone that doesn't agree with you, you're taking that away. We're losing that debate, and all that's going to end up being the case is we're going to have a one-sided debate. Okay, it's going to be the people with the money and the power telling us what is and what isn't. Whether it actually is or isn't, we don't know because we don't have that debate, and the reason that is because they have their money, they can get signed by MCNs, they can hire the lawyers, so on and so forth. So we're not going to get open information, and it essentially suppresses any criticism. So that's essentially corruption, and the more people that do this, the more people will do this and will get away with it. So we need to call it out when it happens and not stand for it, okay? We can't stand for this. So that's why I'm making the video. So to explain the situation for anyone that doesn't know, what essentially has been happening is a lot of videos being critical of Jason Blaha and trolling him have popped up lately, and have used little snippets of his content. Jason reacted to this by kind of raging and going on a copyright striking spree. He's had a lot of these videos taken down by abusing, and I'll say why he's abused it, the overzealous YouTube copyright system that is in place right now. So the video that I'm referencing here is Jason made a video recently defending his decision to do this, which is indefensible, by the way. But here's essentially what he said, okay, and I'm paraphrasing here. I'd show the clip as well, but you'd probably get that taken down wrongly. But what he essentially said was this: the reason I'm doing this and it's okay, taking these videos down, is because the way they are using my material does not fall under fair use. And he went on to give his definition of fair use here, and it wasn't correct, and he blurred the line between a number of different YouTube policies. But the first thing he offered was this. He said, if you use someone's video, a part of someone's video, regardless of transformation, editing and cropping, if you use someone's video and the person who created the video doesn't agree with the way you've used it, or doesn't agree with the video you use it in, you have the right to file for copyright takedown of that video, okay? That is essentially not fair use, which is absolutely preposterous, okay? It's the original creator's opinion of how it's used, or the video it's used in, is actually irrelevant. That doesn't matter. They don't need the original creator's permission. They don't have to like the result of its use, okay? As long as it falls under fair use, which is governed by these four things right here, actually. If it falls under that, then they have no say in it, but whether they like it or not is irrelevant. And he talked a bit more about some various things. Then he went on to talk about YouTube's harassment policy, which he may have a case that some of the videos uploaded against him do fall under harassment. The Exposed TV ones, I'm pretty sure do, and that's not me attacking Exposed TV or the movement against him. I'm just being objective here. I think that the videos where they called members of his family, that can be considered harassment, okay? And that's, again, not my opinion, that's just how YouTube would probably consider that. So he does have a case for harassment. However, YouTube's harassment policy and the DMCA copyright side of YouTube are two completely different things. And you can't apply for a copyright strike legitimately on the grounds that something falls under harassment. That's a completely separate process, and there's completely separate channels that you go through to get videos taken down for being in violation of the harassment policy. So applying for DMCA stuff on the grounds of a violation of harassment, that is fraudulent use of the system and something we need to call out. So he essentially got it wrong in both ways. His first definition of fair use was not correct. It comes down to the four things, and while he's correct that some of the videos against him do violate the harassment policy, in my opinion, that's completely different to copyright, and that's no excuse for him issuing these strikes. But to talk about what the definition of fair use is, and this is kind of a grey area, and it's up for a lot of discussion. It can be interpreted in different ways, but what a lot of people kind of generally agree it comes down to is the video that you take from someone else, their content, is it being transformed in a significant way to the extent that it doesn't devalue the original content? And that's not in that it exposes someone or whatever, it's just purely in terms of, is the transformation of it enough to the extent that it doesn't make people, it puts people off watching the original video, and saying it, like a violation of fair use would be, you've got the reaction channels, okay, they come under a lot of fire for this. They take someone's video and they have it in the corner of the screen, but they have it in full, unedited, so that you can essentially watch the original video through the reaction video. So it removes the need to go to the original content creator's channel and watch that video. So it takes away from their views and their publicity and therefore their AdSense. If it's doing that, it violates fair use. That's essentially what it is. It removes the reasoning for someone to watch the original video, but that's not what's happening here, because a lot of the videos that use Jason's content are transformative enough, easily. They're either parodies, generally speaking, where they take clips of his videos and edit them to make him look a bit silly, okay, and these videos are quite hilarious, I'll be honest with you, so I'm sad to see them go for that regard. But obviously it's also a violation of the copyright system, abuse of it, because these videos do fall under fair use. He makes informative content. Nothing about this is stealing his information or removing the reasoning to go to Jason's channel to watch his videos for the information. The other type are the exposed videos, where essentially what they'll do and how they use his material is they'll take a clip of him saying something, a short clip, 10 seconds, and then they'll upload another 10-second clip from a video before which contradicts what he said to show that he's lying. So that's 10 seconds from 2 individual clips, that's how it's used. And these videos are long, in-depth videos analysing it. They add a lot to the content. It's very transformative in the way they use it, and they use a very minimal amount. It really does not remove the need to go to Jason's channel and watch his videos. And if that's the case, then you really can't claim copyright. Okay, so there's very few actual cases where you can apply this copyright shit. Okay, generally speaking, it's pretty much limited to direct re-uploads of the original video, or you're taking parts of the video where you essentially introduce it and say, okay, I'm Jack and I'm going to tell you how to bench press today. What you want to do is lay under the bar, and then you just cut in Jason's video talking about how to bench press. And then you come back to you, so thanks for watching, guys. That would be, arguably, yeah, that would probably be a violation of fair use too, because that would remove the need for you to go and watch his channel for the instruction. But we're not seeing anything like that, guys. There's nothing to the extent that Jason actually has reason to file for these copyright claims, and he's doing so fraudulently, and it is an abuse of YouTube's system and regulations, and it leads to censorship, which is just, as I said at the beginning of this video, a bad thing all round. But anyway, guys, real quick video, that's all I wanted to say on that. Hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Jack 10 Litres Fitness, and I'll see all of you in the next one.